Hi, I'm Ksenia from Artbeat Studio, and welcome to today's Creative Techniques Workshop. Artbeat Studio is a not-for-profit organization based in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and we have a variety of ways that we facilitate the use of art for mental health. One of these is with our drop-in urban art center, Studio Central. Of course, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are not currently open for drop-ins, so we are offering programming online, a different creative technique workshop every day, some open studio meetups on Tuesdays, and artist talks and discussions on Thursdays. So without further ado, what are we doing in our workshop today? For the past couple of weeks, I've been leading workshops based on the human figure. So we've talked about gesture, which is a quick way of capturing the form and dynamic pose or motion of a figure. And we've talked about contour, which is basically an outline. So if you would like, you can always hit pause on this workshop and go back and check those out on our Studio Central Facebook or our Artbeat Creative Community YouTube. But if you haven't caught them and you just want to keep going with this, that's okay. I'm pretty sure that you will be able to catch up and move along with us. Today, we're featuring the work of dancer, choreographer, and videographer Kayla Jeanson. And I'm super excited to share some of her pieces with you because we are not all together having a life drawing class. Kayla has graciously offered to let me use her videos so that we can have her as our figure in motion throughout our exercises today. If you'd like to know more about Kayla or see more of her fabulous work, you can check her out on Instagram or on her own website and on Vimeo. And I'm going to put all of those links into the description of this workshop video. We're going to start with a warm-up in a similar way that we did on our contouring day. On that day, we looked at an object and worked on drawing its outline without taking our pen or pencil from the paper and without looking down at our paper. Now, we're not drawing an object today. We are drawing a moving Kayla. So what we're going to do is play one of her videos. This is a dance improvisation that she's done. She puts on music and just sees how it moves her. And what we're not concerned with in this warm-up is capturing like exactly where her hand is or what her body looks like. I'm going to play the whole video through, and without lifting our pen from our paper and without looking down at our paper, we are going to go through the motions of the dance, capturing the essence of the movement and what that means to you. It might mean moving fast, it might mean moving slow, it might mean very loopy movements, it might mean sharp movements. You're just going to keep your eyes on our dancer and your hand and pen on your paper and keep it moving the whole time and capture the essence of the movement of the dance. All right, hopefully that got you used to watching a figure in motion and capturing that movement. So let's try it one more time with a piece that's a little bit faster and a bit of a different vibe. We're going to use that same piece again, that same improvisation. And this time, rather than capturing the overall movement, I'm going to pause the video every few frames, and we're going to have 30 seconds to do a drawing of Kayla's body position. So this time we are looking at the figure as a whole, as opposed to just the movement and the motion. So we can remember some of the techniques from gesture that we did before, which are maybe like drawing the spine first and noticing the alignment of shoulders and hips and other joints. Sometimes we want to fill in the figure. Sometimes we use curved lines to show sort of the volume and the motion of the figure. Whatever works for you. So I'm going to be pausing this video in 30-second bursts. So you will have 30 seconds to complete a drawing of the figure every time. I've put a little, hopefully a friendly little beeping sound at the end of the 30 seconds each time. But if you think that's going to stress you out or annoy you, then just hit mute for the next little bit on the video, and you won't hear any beepings. You'll just have to keep an eye on when the motion starts again and when it stops to know how long to draw for. Our next exercise is basically a repeat, but we're going to use a new dance. And this one was shot at the Banff Center for Arts and Creativity, which has a special place in my heart because I've also worked in that dance studio. So it was really lovely to see that video for me. And in this one, Kayla is a little bit backlit because of the sun coming in through the window. So this time we can actually get a very clear sense of sort of the silhouette of the body. It does mean that you have to look a little harder to see like if her arm is across her body to really catch like the light on that. So we'll see how that goes. The silhouette may make things easier for you. It may make things a little bit more challenging. But what will make things more challenging is that this time I'm going to be pausing the video for 10-second bursts. I'm actually giving you 11 seconds instead of 10 to give your brain an extra second to look at that silhouette version of the body instead of seeing it in full light. So it's really the same exercise as we did before, but instead of having 30 seconds to draw the figure every time, we are going to have just over 10 seconds to draw the figure every time. Before we get to that though, let's watch the full video of the dance improvisation. It's about 1 minute long. And then the video will start up again with those 10-second pauses in it. Again, there's that little beep at the end of the 10 seconds. And again, if beeping stresses you out or you're going to be annoyed by it, you can mute that version of the video. See you on the other side. Our final exercise for capturing the figure in motion is going to involve watching a video with no pauses. So this dance moves a little bit more slowly, so it's not going to be too overwhelming. And it's a 5-minute piece that Kayla has created called Light. And throughout this, just every time it strikes you, do a capture of the pose as a gesture in whatever style you like. Again, we're trying to keep our eyes more on the screen with the dancing figure than on our paper. So take the time you need to finish your gesture and then look up and see what the position is there and start to go again. Try to keep watching the screen and letting your gestures travel through with the dance and see what you've come up with at the end. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've had a good time learning about some different ways that we can draw figures and other things, and capturing the human figure in motion. Thank you so much to Kayla for sharing her media with us. Do check out her work. It's fascinating and awesome. And I hope that you can use these skills to practice with other videos. The internet is full of them, music videos, other dance videos, whatever you want to use. And in the real world, when we are allowed to gather again. Until then, stay safe and have a lovely afternoon. Keep going with creative practice. Bye.